Hello everyone, welcome back to another vegan and gluten-free recipe episode on this channel. Today we're revisiting my second favorite cuisine, a very close second to Ethiopian food, which is Indian food, and I'll be making this batch of chana masala. There's 15 ingredients and just 4 steps to this recipe, which I've linked down in the description box in case you'd like to follow along with me and make some of this chana masala yourself. Let's start off going through each of these 15 lovely ingredients one by one, super quickly. First up, we have 30 ounces or 2 15-ounce cans of cooked chickpeas. I drained and rinsed these chickpeas before patting them dry and putting them in this bowl. There's also 1 diced yellow onion, 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 6 chopped cloves of garlic, 3 of these red chili peppers, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of ginger powder, 2 tablespoons of dried cilantro, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, and finally 2 teaspoons of salt. Now let's go through the 4 steps of this chana masala recipe. For step number 1, I'll heat the 3 tablespoons of coconut oil in my skillet, which I have all ready to go over on my stovetop. I'll add in the diced onion, the chopped cloves of garlic, the chili peppers, the salt, and all of the spices that I just mentioned in the ingredients list except for the garam masala. I'll mix all that together with the coconut oil and let that mixture cook on medium heat for about 5 minutes. For step number 2, I'll add in the diced tomatoes and the chickpeas. I'll raise that mixture to a rolling simmer and then reduce it down to low heat and let that cook for about 20 minutes. For step number 3, I'll remove my saucepan from my stovetop and let it cool down, and I'll also add in the lemon juice and the garam masala. And that brings us to step number 4, the very last step. What I'll do is take my chana masala mixture, dish it up here with some brown rice that I already prepared. I'll show you a close-up of the final dish, dig into it, and let you know what I think. And with that, let's get going with this chana masala, which is absolutely one of my all-time favorite dishes of any cuisine out there. It's so good. So let's get cooking. We've made it now to the 4th and final step, so let's not waste any time. I'm just gonna dish up first some of this brown rice. Since chana masala is so high in protein from the chickpeas, I love having it with brown rice to kind of give it a nice carby offset, because eating it straight, at least in my experience, has been pretty intense on my stomach. I love having a nice mix of carbohydrates, fats, and protein when I eat a meal. And now for the beautiful chana masala. It's still pretty dang hot. I don't know if you can see the steam coming out of the saucepan. I'm hoping that dishing up just a little bit of this onto the rice will make it so that I can take some bites and let you know what it tastes like without completely burning myself. Now let's get you a close-up of the final product, and there I think you can really see how piping hot this is. You can definitely see the tomatoes, the chickpeas, the sauteed onions, the pieces of garlic in here. I can also see the little flecks of the dried cilantro I added in. Overall, I'm happy with the look of this. It does resemble the chana masala I've had in Indian restaurants, so now let's give this a taste. There's some really good heat coming from those chili peppers. I almost forgot about those. As you might have seen during the cooking process, I did use a pair of scissors to cut open those chili peppers, and that's because the heat of the peppers comes from the seeds inside. So I wanted to make sure to break those open, get all those seeds, all that heat heat spread throughout the chana masala. Definitely don't do that if you want this to be a bit milder in flavor. I would say just leave the chili peppers out altogether if you're really afraid of heat or you just don't want any of that potentially ruining this dish. I'm just noticing now the lemon flavor coming through. It adds a nice touch of brightness. It really lightens this up a bit instead of just having it very, very heavy with all those spices in there. I would say chana masala is one of my top 3 favorite ways to get my protein in as a vegan. As far as chickpeas go, this is tied with falafel for my favorite way to eat chickpeas. They're so versatile, they're very cost effective, there's so many ways you can dress them up, but this way is such a fun way to eat them. If you like this recipe and are looking for another way to use chickpeas, then definitely go ahead, make some falafel as I was just mentioning. I've linked a healthy baked falafel recipe at the very end of this video. And if you're interested in making another Indian dish that's packed with plant-based protein, then definitely check out my recent palak tofu recipe. I've linked that one at the end of this video as well, so definitely go check that out. It's a fun dairy-free alternative to a traditional Indian dish that uses cheese curds. You'll be using tofu instead of dairy curds. That's everything for this chana masala episode. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I read every single one of your comments. I love to hear from all of you. Don't forget to leave any recipe suggestions you have down in the comment section as well. I keep a running list, and it's nice to make things that I know you've suggested and would like to see me make here on my channel. With that, take care everybody, eat well, and I will see you in the next episode on this channel. Bye!